Isn't this exciting? You know, getting a chance to talk to space. What a cool thing. And you know, I remember when I was on the space station. I was on the space station back in 2001, 2002. I was on Expedition 4. What are we at, 47? Yeah, so I was on Expedition 4, way back. And you know, I look back on that time, and it was so special actually living, you know, in space, floating everywhere that I wanted to go. I couldn't walk anywhere. You know, even when you say doing a spacewalk, you really don't walk in space. At least where we are here, you float everywhere you go. So it's really cool. But I remember doing contacts like you're going to do today. And we always enjoy having a chance to talk to you all, to answer the questions, and you know, it just gave us on the space station a chance to connect with people on Earth, because you know, when you're on the space station for 6 months or like Scott Kelly for a year, you know, you don't get to meet too many people. You know, it's just the people that you're there. We just have 3 in our crew, of course. Jeff has 6 up there, so you know, so you get to talk to a few people. But anyway, it's a really fun thing for astronauts to do, and I know you guys will enjoy talking to them. And I mean, yeah, you're talking direct. I mean, it's just a cool thing. So, does anybody have any questions? Can ask an astronaut some you know, something that's not on your question list. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
How long were you aboard the ISS on that building for?
So I launched in December of 2001, and then came back June 17th, I think, of 2002. So about 6.5 months. And we launched on the shuttle. I launched on the shuttle Endeavour, and then the shuttle Endeavour left. Went back to Earth, and then I caught the ride on Endeavour, the next flight of Endeavour, coming back 6 months later. So it was a very exciting time. Yes, ma'am. Do I plan to go back? Well, you know, there's a long line of astronauts, and you know, I had 3 shuttle flights before I flew on the space station. So my wife said that was enough, and I listened to her. So, but there's lots of new astronauts there at the Johnson Space Center waiting to fly. So I'll let those guys do that, and make room for some of you maybe if you want to have careers in spaceflight. So, hello, yes, sir. Oh, so I think. Oh, okay. So that's a good question. So I work for a company called Oceaneering Space Systems now, and so we develop EVA tools for people to do spacewalks, among other things. We build robots, and we're part of a big oil services company in Houston. So you know, they operate ROVs for deep sea oil exploration. But before I worked for Oceaneering, I worked for a company called Orbital Sciences. And we developed a rocket and a supply ship called the Cygnus. And we would deliver supplies to the space station. So it was, you know, part of what NASA is doing is they're commercializing some of the aspects of spaceflight. So I was part of that. As a former astronaut, you know, I understood what astronauts needed up there, so I managed our mission operations and cargo operations for Orbital. That was a lot of fun. So anyway, so there are other companies in addition to NASA involved in this endeavor. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Did I ever regret going to the ISS? So no, I never. So I had my doubts because when I started training to fly on the space station, there was no space station. It was not flying yet. I remember going to Russia to the service module, and it was just a shell. There was nothing in it. And I was wondering, well, what did I sign up for? Is this thing ever going to fly? But the engineers at NASA and its contractors, and then the engineers around the world that are part of the team, put together a really great space station. And I'm really happy that I had a chance to go up there. I had been on 3 space shuttle missions. The longest was 14 days. 6.5 months. It was just truly an amazing opportunity. Thank you. Okay, one more question. Anyway, adults too. Nope. Okay. There's the question. Okay. So the question is, did I conduct any experiments when I was on the space station? The answer is yes. So we did a number of experiments in material science. We had a furnace on board, and so we heated samples and then let them solidify in that microgravity environment. We did biological samples for the National Institute of Health, growing cells, cancer cells. And then, as astronauts, we were also test subjects, and so we did experiments to see how being in space changed our bodies. So there are profound changes that happen to astronauts when they're in space. So we were trying to help study that so that we can develop countermeasures for when we go to Mars, which could be anywhere from 14 months to 24 months. Some really long missions, trying to figure out how to keep people healthy. So I participated in those experiments, and my shoulder injury is not part of that. So I came down with everything working. All right, well, thank you very much, and in this exciting time, enjoy your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you very much. You all are very privileged to get to listen to what Carl Waltz had to say. He had a lot of experience through the whole program, and continuing into commercial cargo program and beyond. So, are you all excited? Yay! Good, because we are 12 minutes away from the contact. Okay, so let me continue the presentation. Let me just say that as Carl mentioned, when he was on board, which was at the end of 2001, we have been operational since November of 2000. Just 2 weeks after the first crew came on board, they wanted to talk on ham radio. And actually, they were using it also to talk to their families. Before they had internet on board space station, they used ham radio to talk to their families. So this is some of the astronauts. Here's some more. Lots of astronauts, as Carl mentioned, all these expeditions we've gone through, almost 50 expeditions at this point. Now, what we're going to do today, so that you understand what is going to happen, is we are going to be doing what's called a telebridge contact. We have 2 ways of doing this, either with this amateur radio station right here, or remote. But because of the fact that we wanted to have this on this day, and at this time, and we didn't know months ahead of time how best to do that, we decided to go with the telebridge. A telebridge means that we have a station, an amateur radio station, remotely set up, and it is connected through the phone line, and will talk directly to space station. So actually, you're still going to be talking to the astronaut Jeff Williams directly. It's just through the telebridge station. It's not physically here. So we have telebridge stations all around the world. As you can see here, we have a number in the United States and Canada. We have some in South America. We have a number in Europe, and several in Australia and in Hawaii. Okay, and this is how it's going to work. Okay? Actually, I'm the bridge moderator, and I'm actually here, but we're here in San Diego, right? Everybody agrees we're in San Diego today? The W6SRJ amateur radio station is located in Santa Rosa, California, and we're connected up through Verizon. So your connection is going to go through that uplink station to the space station directly as it comes overhead, and then linked back. So it's all amateur radio. It's just we're using the phone line to get you to Santa Rosa. Does that make sense? You understand that? And this is a picture of the station. There are lots of radios and computers. Because they have one of these running. They actually, one of the things we have is an antenna that has a lot of devices on elements, they're called. And it makes it very pointing, sort of like a telephoto lens on your camera so that you can see far. In other words, you get more information, more glean from the signal. And so they have to actually point their antenna right at space station, okay? As it comes overhead and gets at a maximum elevation and it comes down again so that you can maximize the signal and talk as long as we can on this. So they have a program like this, an orbit prediction program, and on there it tells what the elevation is and what the azimuth. What's azimuth? Do you know what azimuth is? So if azimuth is 0 degrees, that's true north. Okay? If azimuth is 90 degrees, that's east. If it's 180 degrees, that's south. So they're pointing their antenna in this direction, all around, and then up in elevation, so that they can point directly at space station. So all of that stuff's happening to make your contact occur, okay? All right, and this is over here is how it will look when we first start out. As I mentioned, our astronaut is Jeff Williams. His call sign is Kilo Delta 5 Tango Victor Quebec. Okay, we use phonetics in amateur radio because sometimes letters sound the same if you don't use phonetics. Aviation does the same thing. Amateur radio, aviation, several communications media use that. So Jeff Williams, this is a picture of Jeff in his spacesuit, as well as using the ham radio system. He's used our equipment before on a previous space station expedition. Okay, and as I mentioned, we've done over 1,000 contacts at this point, lots of different students all around the world, and we're about 7 minutes away. So at this point, what we're going to do is I'm going to be going through a script. I'll be going through a script because we're going to open up the line with Verizon and have them permanently record this contact for us, okay? So I go through a script so that we have all of that information and also to inform those that just came in late, okay? Liam, did you have anything to say before we get started?
My TV crew is here. I was getting the kids to wave on TV.
Oh, okay. Did you want to say anything about ISS-Above right now?
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Can everyone see it's flashing blue on the top here? Yeah, here we go. No, I don't have to shout. So yeah, can everyone see up here it's flashing blue? That means the space station is less than 10 minutes away. And in fact, if you count the number of blue flashes, that's the number of minutes. Because I created this so that my 3-year-old grandson would be able to know when the space station was coming overhead. And this is live video.
This is live.
Look at that.
Yay! It's cool.
And in fact, you're just seeing the sun has just risen. So this is what it looks like when you're in space, going 5 miles per second. Isn't that cool? So it's over the North Pacific Ocean, and just beyond all of these clouds is the West Coast. There you go. And by the way, this isn't an avian worm that is in here. Can everyone see this? This is actually just something on the lens that's on the camera on the space station. But that's it. Over to you, Frank. Oh, and when it does come over.
Okay, Gabrielle with Verizon, are you there? Okay, can you open the lines, please, and start the recording? Okay, we have another special guest. We want to give him just a couple seconds to say hello.
Hi everybody, I'm Josh Cassida, and I've got to tell you, it's super cool to be here. You're going to get to talk to my friend Kate Rubens, Kate is not going to be up there. She's sleeping. She's very tired. She had a very long week. As did I. I was in Kazakhstan last week supporting her launch, and so she's up there to join Jeff. And they are really excited to do the sign. I can tell you, I haven't been up there myself, but I know that this is the kind of thing that they're looking forward to talk to you guys and kind of just get excited with you because they're working really hard. And you guys kind of put that all in perspective and keep them going. They're up there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I know that they're super excited to talk to you. As will I. I'm going to get my unit radio call, so you just have to promise you're going to call when I get up there. And, put in your vote to the chief of the office, make that like a year and a half from now. Have fun. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say.
Yay.
Yeah, we're looking forward to Josh getting his license. As about half of the crew members do that. So, hello everybody. I'm Frank Bauer, KA3HDO here in San Diego, California, your amateur radio moderator for today. Through the help of amateur radio volunteers and the crew on ISS, we hope to soon establish a ham radio contact with the International Space Station as it flies more than 200 miles above the Earth over Northern California. This is all accomplished through ARISS, amateur radio on the International Space Station. As you can see here on the screen, the ISS is currently flying over the Pacific and Alaska, as it's whizzing along at 17,500 miles an hour. This contact will be performed using amateur radio, the Amateur Radio Television Network, which is a worldwide network of amateur radio stations that enable students to talk to the ISS. ARISS is an international consortium of ham radio volunteers that develop and operate the amateur radio station on the International Space Station. Some of the members of ARISS include the American Radio Relay League, which is the U.S. National Amateur Radio Society, the International AMSATs, or Radio Amateur Satellite Corporations, the Canadian Space Agency, the European Space Agency, the Japanese Exploration, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, or JAXA, of course NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and Roscosmos, which is the Russian Federal Space Agency. Our sponsors are the Center for the Advancement in Science and Space, CASIS, which you can see the big sign here. We're part of Space Station Explorers, as well as NASA Space Communication and Navigation, or SCAN organization. The amateur radio ground station that will establish the contacts with the ISS is W6SRJ in Santa Rosa, California. And it's operated by Bill Hillendahl, KH Kilo Hotel 6, Golf Juliet Victor, KH6GJV, and Don Dalby, Kilo Echo 6, Uniform Alpha Yankee, KE6UAY. Thanks for helping out, Don and Bill.
You bet, glad to be here.
Okay. We have about
How many blue flashes?
45 seconds before contact. Okay? So the one thing I want to tell you all is that Jeff Williams, of course, is going to be doing the contact. I want to remind everybody that this is an experiment. We never know how well, positive or negative, this is going to go until it's over. So, and don't forget to say over, students. Let's get everybody ready to go here. And Bill, can you give us a little countdown here? Go for it.
Okay, here we go. Folks, you can hear a rushing noise right now as we start calling the space station. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ for contact. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ for contact. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ for contact. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ calling. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ calling. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ calling. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ calling. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ calling. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ calling. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ calling. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ. NA1SS, NA1SS, W6SRJ. Okay, you're just coming into our signal. Let's try one more time. Give me some talk back. Gotcha. Now go ahead.
At the end. Are we ready?
Go.
This is Dan Barstow. I'm the Education Manager for CASIS and Space Station Explorers and KA1ARD, and I want to thank you very much for doing this connection.
Over.
You're very welcome. Over.
What do astronauts dream about in space? Over.
I don't dream very often, but sometimes I dream about floating around, just like I'm doing during the day when I'm awake. Sometimes I dream about my family at home.
When you first arrived in the ISS, was it what you expected? Over.
It was what I expected and much more. It's bigger and more complex, and the view of the Earth is incredible, and you can't imagine it until you see it. Over.
What is the most interesting thing that you have seen up in space that you wouldn't find here on Earth? Over.
There are many details of the Earth that you find the most interesting, at least I find most interesting, like sunsets and sunrises, thunderstorms, where you see the lightning ripple across the different weather systems, the different parts of the Earth. Those are the most interesting to me. Over.
How do you feel in zero gravity? Over.
At first, some people feel a little bit sick. It's hard to get used to. It's like a motion sickness, but after a few days, you feel much better, and eventually, after a few weeks, you completely adapt to working in zero gravity. Over.
What personal item did you bring with you when you left for the space station?
I brought some family pictures and a few family trinkets and pieces of jewelry. Over.
I've heard the view of Earth is amazing. Can you describe some of the things you've seen? Over.
I talked about sunrise and sunsets. Also coral reefs and glaciers and weather systems. Lately fires, many things. Over. Ship up in the supply ship over.
When you get back, what's the first food you'd like to eat? Over.
Anything my wife wants to prepare for me. You get tired. You don't have fresh food up here. Over.
What do the other planets look like from the ISS? Over.
They don't look a whole lot different than they do on the very clear night from the Earth, over, because we're not any closer to them. We're 250 miles above the Earth, over.
Some people feel small and insignificant when thinking about the vastness of space. How does it make you feel? Over.
It's a very humbling experience to be in space and see the vastness of space. So I feel mostly humbled, over.
Hi, my name is Bryant, and what is the protocol in case of a medical emergency? Over.
We have the equipment necessary for medical emergencies, and we're trained for it. We have flight surgeons and mission control that assist us if we have an emergency, over.
Hi, my name is Gianna, and what do you miss most on Earth besides your family? Over.
Besides the family, I miss quiet, I miss the smells of nature, I miss the sights of nature of plants and things like that outside, over.
What is your favorite way to exercise on the International Space Station? Over.
We have a treadmill, we use a harness to pull ourselves down, we have a cycler governor, and then we have the equivalent of a weightlifting machine. I love to exercise up here, over.
What is the maximum capacity of people on the space station at any given time? Over.
Major crew is 6. We've had as many as 13 people here with the visiting shuttle crew of 7, over.
If mechanical problems happen aboard the International Space Station, what is your plan to fix it or solve it in the station? Over.
The space station is designed to be maintained, so we have spare parts, loaded with spare parts of all the components of the space station, and we're trained to repair it, so we do over.
Since you are in space for such a long time, do you have any hobbies to pass the day? Over.
I don't have a lot of free time, but the free time I have, I spend mostly in the windows taking pictures of the Earth. And now we have a new crew, and I'm spending a lot of time coaching them, bringing them up to speed to work with the space station.
Have any of the experimental insects on board ever escaped? And if so, how did you retrieve them? Over.
We had insects and small animals on board, but in my experience, nothing has escaped. So we've kept them contained, and we're very careful to let them do not let them escape.
Is there ever conflict between the astronauts since you're all in one place together? Over.
Sometimes there's conflict that crop up between people, but thankfully, I have not had experience conflict among the
Just coming to the edge.
Do you have regular Wi-Fi, internet, or Netflix? Over.
Not directly, but indirectly, we do have some internet access, email, video conferences, and mission control.
How would you feel if you were on the moon? Over.
I've always wanted to go to the moon. I won't get a chance to. Some of you might want to. I would love to go to the moon and view the Earth from that distance.
What is the most important part of the station in your opinion? Over.
Yeah.
Say it again.
What is the most important part of the station? Over.
Next question.
Is there anything you wish you would have known before you went to space? Over.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it for today. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, we've shared a moment in history Amateur radio station W6SRJ in Santa Rosa, California, operated by Bill Hillendahl, and Don Dalby contacted astronaut Jeff Williams on the International Space Station, talking with students at the ISS Research and Development Conference. Now for the international volunteer team of ARISS, our worldwide AMSAT teams, the American Radio Relay League, and our sponsors, ASIS and SCAN, and our space agency partners, NASA, JAXA, ESA, CSA, and Roscosmos. This is Frank Bauer, KA3HDO, sending my greetings in amateur radio, best greetings 73. Thank you all, and congratulations.
Thank you, Frank, and thank you, ARISS, for coming out. That was the first time ever for our ISS R&D Conference. So what a great experience. Congratulations, you kids. Fantastic. I would say terrific ground-based astronauts. Expect to see some of you guys occupying Mars in the not-too-distant future. So keep up the good work there. My name is Ken Shields. I'm Director of Operations and Education for the Center for the Advancement of Science and Space. Just wanted real quick to thank everyone for coming. Make sure if you haven't done so already, please take a tour of the entire exhibit hall, learn about what's going on in space these days. Right now in space on the International Space Station, there's all sorts of fantastic experiments and investigations going on, many of which will impact your lives right here on Earth and improve your lives here on Earth, we hope in the not too distant future. So please get around, learn, talk to these folks. Also move around if you haven't, visit our Space Station Explorers booth. If you haven't done so already, visit the EarthCam exhibit here and tag what you would like to look at from space. You might want to tag your hometown, your favorite camping spot, your favorite mall if you love to shop. Go to EarthCam and see if we can get that targeted for you. One quick announcement, I would encourage everyone to attend in the San Diego room. We have a STEM education plenary session. It's going to be entitled Breaking Gender Barriers at 17,500 miles per hour. And we're going to learn about women from the ISS and how they got to become engineers or scientists or technologists, and were there unique things that as young women, young girls, they had to overcome, or challenges that they had to meet their goals. So please, if you can, attend that. It's going to be a terrific discussion. Thank you again. You guys enjoy your day, and come back and see you soon.
So I thank you all. This pretty much is the end of our program. Congratulations to all students. All 16 of you got to talk to astronaut Jeff Williams, and several of you got to talk to him a couple times over. So I thank you all. You want to say a couple words? So I want to get your thoughts on this experience. You see it from this side. We'd love to see you do it from the other side, Josh.
I'm never going to turn down the opportunity to chat with you guys one more time. I was just reminded, I was actually born here in San Diego. I kind of forgot, so I was here to talk about 5. But I was born about both, so it's really neat to talk to you guys. And I think Mr. Shields hit it exactly, hit the nail on the head. You guys, we're not going to Mars. You guys are. Maybe somebody in this room is. And so it's just really exciting to see you excited about what we're doing. It keeps us moving, and hopefully, someday when I'm in my park lounger, I can watch you do it, and maybe you'll talk to me on camera. So, great to talk to you guys again, and have fun. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you, Josh. And thank you all. Have a great day, and we'll be around. We have the ARISS booth as one of the Space Station Explorers things. Enjoy your day. There's lots to see today. Take care, everybody.